Welcome back, Mistwalkers. Don't worry, I have our story right here. Now, let's see where we left off. Oh, Nikolai left our heroes in the marketplace during a lavish funeral. He seems to have taken all memory of him. Our heroes meet Sir Annika Lavenza, a fellow vampire hunter. She's a little gruff, but with a good heart. They journey to see Edora Crag in her forge and tell her of her daughter's fate. But nobody seems to know where Nissa Crag's body is. While there, Mercy has a vision of a wolf with a man's face. They find themselves at the Masked Melody, Harmonia's nefarious opium den. Two of them have very disturbing visions, but Constantina learns a dark secret. The Vistani are never allowed to leave Kartakas. Finally, our heroes rescue Akriel, Nikolai's cousin, from the clutches of the undead who seem to recognize Pandora. It seems Akriel needs their help. Let's find out what she wants.
Good evening, Mistwalkers. Welcome back to Tales from the Mists, a spooky campaign set in the domains of dread. With me tonight are 6 adventurers. Why don't we introduce ourselves? We'll start with Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Chen, and I am playing your Storm Sorceress, Mercy Albrecht.
Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla Klein, and I'm playing your beautiful baby wizard, Vasily.
Hadil.
Your friend, Hadil, and I play Vargas, a warlock. I almost forgot my class, and I had to look on D&D Beyond.
Ashley.
I'm Ashley Warren, and I am playing Konstantina Avshalomov, the bard from Barovia.
Hannah.
I'm Hannah Rose, and I'm playing Pandora Zatane, a paladin who is definitely not a vampire.
Okay, and Jess.
I'm playing Nikolai Locke, the human warlock who has no secrets and everything is great.
No secrets and everything is great. All right, and I am TK, your DM. This is not a typical campaign. We have a rotating cast, which means we have 4 anchor members. That is Lisa, Kayla, Hadil, and Ashley. And then we have 2 rotating cast members, and every 4 episodes we switch off. That unfortunately means that 2 of our players have other matters to attend to in the mists, and one way or another will be leaving our party at the end of the episode. I'm going to pass it over to our showrunner Lisa. for this week's announcements.
Yeah, we have some giveaways going on. If you are watching this live, well, you are, but later someone will watch it on YouTube. Whatever. Keep an eye. Obo will let you know what to type in the chat to enter the giveaways. We are giving away the Art and Arcana book, which is really amazing. Some Whiz Kids, Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, unpainted minis for you, and also a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt of assorted colors. It could be red. It could be gray. It could be blue and green. No one will know except for the winner. So good luck. Oh, and we're also giving away a Ruins of Massari PDF. That's an adventure set in Chult written by yours truly. It's not gothic horror per se, but if you like mystery and stories and lies unraveling, then I think you'll like Ruins of Massari. So good luck to whoever is entering or winning that one. And then our last announcement is that we have actually collaborated with Void Merch, who I think is in the chat, on an amazing t-shirt design illustrated by our very own Kayla. It is a lantern to guide you through the mist that says Mistwalkers, and a few people got theirs already. Mine hasn't arrived yet.
Mine
But
hasn't
it's such
either.
a cool design. You can get it on t-shirts and sweaters, notebooks, mugs, so many more. Just go to voidmerch.threadless.com and go to the collections RPG section, and you will find the Mistwalkers design in there. Yeah. So back to you, TK.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm sorry I had to mute myself. The revening is nigh on my street, and the street racers are out in full force. So if you hear any extremely loud engines on terrible cars, that's what's happening. Rural Kentucky is happening. All right. So last week, and I'm going to do just the briefest of recaps because we already have one of those fancy videos to do that for us. Last week, one of our party left and was up to family business. Nikolai, where did you go?
I went to meet with my cousin.
And your cousin, when you left the marketplace and you handed your card off to Vargas, that's right, you handed a card off to Vargas. What was on that card?
It was a card for the Masked Melody.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think would happen when Vargas finally turned that card in?
Honestly, I didn't think that anything would happen. I kind of thought I'd hand him the card and he'd forget about it.
That seems reasonable. So
No, it doesn't.
Seems reasonable to Nikolai.
I mean, it does. It seems reasonable. You feel like you have... Do you feel like you have a forgettable countenance, Nikolai?
I mean, I think that, when people look at Nikolai, they see that he's very attractive, but people don't usually remember him when he walks away.
That's very interesting, isn't it? Where is your cousin waiting for you?
She is waiting for me at the notes.
She's waiting for you at the Crystal Chamber.
At the Crystal Chamber, sorry.
Yes, which is a lovely inn in town. She's in her private room that she always has. And when you see her, when you finally enter her office, she is leaned over several tomes and scrolls and maps, and she's carefully charting them. And she'll look up to you. Ah, Nikolai. You are
Akriel.
late.
I know, I'm sorry. I ran into some trouble on the road, and I met some new people on my way back.
I've heard about Nissa Crag.
Yes, I'm glad that the news has already reached you. I sent my party ahead to return her body to her family to let Adora know what happened.
Yes, I went ahead and diverted that for you. We can't have that coming into town right now. There's still so much study that needs to be done. There's so much that we need to investigate. I had it sent to my laboratory.
Of course you did. Tell me that this isn't about the crown again.
And she just leans forward on the desk. This crown could mean everything. It could change Kartakas.
That's... You you know that I care deeply for you and that I will do what I can to help, but some of the things you've been up to lately, and we've got to let her family know what happened. Did you at least send someone to speak to Adora?
When the time is right, Adora will be notified, as well as the rest of the families that we've found. We cannot allow them to interfere with our investigation.
All right, I suppose that's fine. It's not like anyone else is going to go let Adora know what happened.
No. If we're right, they'll have forgotten all about it. It's fine. Where did you lose them?
They're in town now. They got distracted by the funeral procession.
Oh, so much money goes into those, but it's a good distraction.
Well, it's certainly helpful for letting me slip away.
Well, the peasants need every distraction they can get nowadays. All right. And these people that you met, what are they? Traders? Hunters?
Travelers, I suppose. Some of them were on their way to Harmonia for some reason or other. Some of them just seem to be wandering somewhat aimlessly, but they're also very upset about it, and it was unclear exactly what was happening, but they seem fairly harmless.
Adventurers?
Of a sort, I suppose. A Vistana among them.
A Vistana? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to like this.
Well, she was already here, so there wasn't really much I could do.
And she sort of leans forward for a minute, and then she looks at you. A Vistana? And she just got here?
Yes. Yes. Correct. Oh, you want to meet her, don't you?
Look. Nikolai, it would mean so much to me if you could just make an introduction, or, I don't know, find out where they are. Did they go anywhere?
I mean, I gave them a card for the Masked Melody, but they're not going to remember that. They're not going to go there.
Well, all right. So we'll start our search there, and then you can introduce me. You can introduce me to your adventurer friends in the Vistana. This could mean something. Yes, this could be good. This could be good, and you keep my secret, and I'll keep yours.
That seems fair. It would be preferable to me. I am fond of these people. I think especially the gentleman Vargas and I will become great friends very quickly. And it would be preferable to me if we could introduce you in a way that does not cause a scene.
Nikolai, I would never.
Okay. Yes, I'm being silly.
And the rest of the time is spent talking and trying to decide when a good time to introduce your cousin to the adventurers would be. Now we sort of fast forward a little bit, and things have gone awry.
Yes.
Pandora, you just annihilated a revenant.
It felt good.
Let me reset this scene. A revenant has collapsed into ash, its soul leaving its body and laughing as it flies back into one of the abandoned mansions in the southern ward of Harmonia. Mercy at your side, smelling of ozone and embers. Constantina and Vargas with you, Vasily with you. The parade that has just come down the street, having dispatched the rest of these undead, and Akriel having been lowered to the ground. I'm sorry, Lisa?
Oh no, I was just breathing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were getting ready to say something. So group, you have just met Akriel, and she desperately needs your help.
I would like to turn to Nikolai. Nikolai, you have some explaining to do.
Where have you been?
Why does nobody in this town remember you?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He's very forgettable. Look at him. I forgot what he looked like when he was gone.
Sometimes, people aren't very good with faces, I suppose.
But we met a man named Bertolt, and he didn't know who you were. And we spoke to Idora, and she didn't know who you were.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that you've been asking people about me?
Well, yes.
Yeah, you seem kind of famous.
So, and when were you asking people about me?
All day.
Like today?
Maybe an hour ago.
Like today when I wasn't with you, when we were separated and you were asking people about me.
I guess they were wondering where Nisa's body was, and we said, "Oh, our friend Nikolai, he's party has it," and they were like, "Who's Nikolai?" And no one has the body. We are very worried about you.
So, just to be clear, I know that you've said this. I'm trying to wrap my head around this a little bit. When I wasn't here, you were asking people about me. You know who I am.
Is this a privacy thing? Are you mad at us?
Did you hit your head?
With your permission.
But Chris didn't, so, how are we supposed to know that some of the guards knew you and some of them didn't?
I would like to just very quickly conduct a quick experiment with your permission, if you wouldn't mind.
What kind of experiment?
Nothing strange. A completely normal thing. If someone could just walk, and Nikolai sort of motions to a nearby building. If you could just walk around this corner and then just remember, just try to say something to me. Just walk around this corner out of line of sight and then say something.
I think one of us should keep an eye on him so he doesn't.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on him.
Are you implying?
And Pandora brings up her sword and points it at him. You stay right here.
I wasn't going. We're all friends here, I thought.
Are you trying to test if we have object permanence because we're not babies?
Mercy walks around the corner. And then she'll just be like, "Nikolai, I'm standing around the corner like you asked."
Okay, so this is very strange. Is Akriel still around?
Akriel is right next to you, and you have known her your entire life, so you know that she is struggling to maintain a straight face.
So Nikolai just turns to Akriel and is like, this isn't just me, right? You're seeing what's happening here?
This seems very ordinary, Nikolai.
You are correct. Akriel, this does seem entirely ordinary. Mm-hmm. It makes perfect sense that you all remember who I am. We met the other day. We have been traveling together a little. We came to Harmonia together. This all makes perfect sense. Yes. What questions can I answer for you?
Can I come back from Ramsey Building now?
Yes, of course.
Okay, Mercy returns.
You may stand wherever you like. In or out of my line of sight.
There is a crowd beginning to form around the dead bodies, and Akriel will look at the group of you and would you perhaps like to discuss this somewhere more comfortable?
Pandora slams her sword in its sheath and tries to body block Nikolai up against the wall.
My heavens, Pandora, what seems to be the issue?
Everything you say makes perfect sense, and yet you seem so surprised whenever it makes sense.
I can see your confusion. I have this tone, I've been told, that sometimes I just sound very surprised when I'm saying perfectly normal things. It's strange, isn't it?
It's very strange, cousin.
Yes, my dear cousin never lets me hear the end of it.
I do not.
Mercy's gonna pull Vasily aside. And she's going to say, "Nikolai is very handsome, but I don't think he is all there. Do you think his beautiful cousin is also crazy?"
Yeah, I would hazard a guess that they're both literally insane.
Let's do that.
Can I do some kind of Arcana check or something on them? I don't know. I guess Arcana would be the best thing, because obviously something. If he thinks we're babies without object permanence, there's something going on there.
You can do Arcana, or because you are a studied wizard, you can do History.
Okay, I will. Either is good, so I'll do History. That's an 18 plus 5.
An 18 plus 5. Let me think about this real quick. I need to think of a way to word this. You know what? Actually, Jess, what do you think a 23 would tell Vasily about your family's strange ability?
I think a 23 would let Vasily know that, that Nikolai is cursed. And that typically people don't recognize him.
Okay.
Unless they are in his presence.
Unless they're in his presence.
Okay. So I'll kind of lean back to Mercy and be like, I have kind of picked up on the fact that that he seems to be cursed, clearly. He's not used to people recognizing him. There's some kind of curse going on here.
Oh, I'm so sorry for his affliction.
Whatever.
I'm going to cast Friends on Nikolai.
Oh, what does that do?
It gives me advantage on charisma checks directed at you for 1 minute.
What happens when Friends is over?
That is up to Nikolai. Because after a minute, Nikolai will realize that he has been magicked. But for the time being, okay, Nikolai, look, we are so glad to have made your acquaintance on the road. I mean, what are the odds, right? But I feel like we need to be honest with each other here because some weird stuff has happened. And unfortunately, Harmonia is not, the utopian place that I thought it was. So we need to, first of all, solve the mystery of Lisa Crag, and then we need to get out of here. And all of these things would be way easier if we weren't so suspicious of your weird behavior. So why don't you know what? You can trust us. I promise. We're all a little weird here ourselves. So I think you should just tell us, what's really going on here? Why wanted people to remember you? Why did I have to talk to Kristoff? So, I mean, there's just lots of questions here.
I'm not sure what you mean by my weird behavior. This is my perfectly normal behavior, that I am this way with all people.
Can I cast? Can I roll for insight?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll for insight.
Okay.
Nikolai, privately send me your DC for that.
For insight?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set the DC. I changed my mind.
Right.
I will set the DC at 15, and then whatever Constantina gets, you can tell her what she understands out of your insight, okay? That way we're not having, PvP rolls for 6 hours.
I rolled a dirty 20 because I rolled with advantage because of friends. Oh, wait, shoot, that's charisma. Sorry. Can I roll one more time? Because I accidentally rolled. I screwed this whole thing up. I'm just going to roll one more time. Okay, I still rolled really well. I rolled even higher than a dirty 20. It was 17 plus 8.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really good at insight. That's like
It's a 25. 17 plus
25.
8 is 25.
All right, so what was it that Constantina wanted to know exactly?
What's your secret? Like, what's this thing? Why can't people remember you?
It's, not a secret. Sort of a family affair. Basically, there is this thing. We're not alone in this. There are many families who deal with a sort of, issue. Curse, one might call it. One might. And in my family, it is simply that people typically don't remember us.
Well, that's it. My family's cursed too. I mean, what's the big deal? Everyone here is cursed. So, thank you for telling us.
Akriel stands in front of Nikolai. It can be very embarrassing for nobility in these parts.
Can you imagine we're nobility, and we, as soon as we leave the room, no one remembers who we are.
Well, I mean, to be honest, maybe that's for the best. But I mean, I can see how that would make things harder for you. Sorry, Vargas, did you have something to say?
I mean, we've all had syphilis at least once. It's nothing to be ashamed about.
Excuse me?
Maybe not her, but like some of us in this group have probably had syphilis, if that's what we're talking about. I feel like the whole forgetting things with the syphilis madness, it could be that.
What?
Akriel looks at Vargas and will. It is an unfortunate affliction that has plagued many noble families in these parts.
Super common. Nothing to be ashamed of. I would definitely believe that he had syphilis.
He was almost blind when he was born.
Exactly.
And there's like a circle of people starting to form around you. Go ahead, Lisa.
I was going to turn to Nikolai's cousin and ask, are you also cursed?
I unfortunately share this affliction, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then how come we can remember you?
I do not know, but I would dearly love to find out.
That's why I was so surprised. For a completely normal reason.
When you put it that way, it is normal.
Would you like to join me in my chambers? I have a private suite.
We'd be honored.
It sounds much cleaner than the masked melody.
Yeah,
It's far cleaner than this masked melody.
I have another issue, pretty boy. Why did you send us there in the first place? You upset Mercy.
It wasn't my intention to upset anyone. I mean, now that I'm glad you did. You are a gentleman of good taste.
And what happened to the body? You said they were going to send it to the family.
I think that we should take this to a private area.
Fine.
Discussion.
So Akriel will lead you past the manors of the Southern Ward, where this parade has started to form, and she takes you down a side street beyond the amphitheater and opens a wooden gate that is latticed and painted whites, reds, yellows, greens, blues. Like everywhere else, this part of the city is extremely bright. At the back of this amphitheater, through the fence that she leads you through, is another door that is straight iron, no handle, with a slot.
Oh, another one.
Nikolai, do you mind?
Not at all. Quickly before we go in, is there anyone in your private suite at the moment? Any of your friends?
No, I am alone this time.
Good.
Not that it's any of your business, cousin. As I said, I care deeply for you, and I'm concerned. Obviously, you can take care of yourself. I am simply concerned. Allow me my silly concern.
I will turn to Vasily and just say, I feel awkward.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the door.
Okay, and when you knock on the door, the shunk little slot opens, and the doorman will peek out and... Ah, my lord Nikolai, my lady Akriel. Are these your guests?
They are, yes.
All right. And the door swings open, and the doorman allows you to pass. And he taps you on the shoulder, Nikolai, as you're all passing through the door, and he will you require any cleaning services?
No, that's not that sort of visit. So just some drinks, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, excellent. Do you need food brought to your room, or?
Yes, a few light snacks would be greatly appreciated for our guests. Thank you.
Oh,
Can I insight check
yeah,
this conversation?
absolutely insight check.
Yeah, the cleaning services bit.
It's an inn.
I got a 20. So
Is it a nat 20?
It is a nat 20.
A nat 20 will tell you that this is a very exclusive club, and for whatever reason, the guests don't typically
Leave alive.
There are different tiers to guests, and they are a tier of guest that typically leaves alive, and you are a tier of guest that does not. But that insight with a nat 20 will also extend to Akriel and Nikolai, and neither one of them have any intention of harming you with that nat 20.
Okay. Mercy makes exactly the face I made.
Yeah.
So and just turns to Vasily and stares deep, like exchanges a look.
Yeah, it's a very uncomfortable exchange, but it's very on the up and up as well. Like, it's like, do you intend to kill these people? No, we do not intend to kill these people.
Okay. That's fine. People have intended to kill me before.
Yeah,
this
see?
is all right.
And it's not like you've never had
It's
a
fine,
cleaning
it's fine.
service come to your house to clean up
If I'd failed, Mercy would have been like, "Oh, a cleaning service. I'd like a cleaning service."
Yeah. So they will lead you into the main room of the crystal chamber, which has been carved into the inside of this cave, and so it is filled with these translucent stalactites and stalagmites, and inside there are multicolored orbs of light, lanterns, candles that reflect in an aurora through these translucent rock faces. It is not cold in here. It is not damp. The floor is covered with a sort of sandy gravel that is not uncomfortable to walk on. And you see a good deal of people dressed in noble garments that probably should have been at a funeral for a noble woman and are not.
Pandora does the thing she always does in uncomfortable and new situations, which is use her divine sense.
Okay, yeah, absolutely use that divine sense.
Are there any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet?
When you send out this divine sense, you do not pick up any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
Yep. So there are no vampires. There are no devils, fiends, anything like that. You, as far as your divine sense
Just
is
normal
concerned,
humans doing normal human things.
Yep. As far as your divine sense is concerned, you are safe.
I'm in an uncomfortable social situation. I'm never safe.
That's true. My legacy. Okay. So as you look up, going past the main bar, you see that the ceiling is lined with these clear white crystals, and there are ruby and emerald clusters dotting among them. There's a scent of like a sweet perfume, and you can smell a mulling wine behind the bar, the clove and cinnamon. And there's a large bar, and it encircles a enormous crystal column. And Akriel points towards one of the many hallways, and she says, "Will you follow me to my room?"
Sure.
It is
Very well.
whether she is sensing your hesitation or not, she is asking for your permission to be led to her room.
Can we have some wine also in your room? Smells really good.
Nikolai, lead them to the room, and I will put in an order.
My cousin and Nikolai heads toward her room.
Yeah, so as you lead them down this hallway, these hallways are lined with chandeliers, and you can hear waterfalls on either side of these translucent walls. Everything is polished mirrors and crisp and clean and clear crystal. And you can hear the chambers are echoing with this merry music of apprentices that have been hired to play in the tavern.
Much nicer than the masked melody.
It's very lovely in here. It's very classy. It's
And
like the Ritz.
I think from the exchange outside that perhaps people do their sacrifices here, yes?
Their
Want to
sacrifices?
spicy dead.
Sacrifices? No, that's not. No, what makes you think that?
Oh, come on.
From the cleaning service?
It's an inn. People clean inns, right?
Oh, so I'm
You've never been in a clean inn before?
I was hoping we could make a sacrifice because the undead are rising again, and death must want some more sacrifices.
All right. If you want to sacrifice someone, please don't do it in town.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to upset you. We can always sacrifice someone on our way out.
Yes, do whatever makes you happy, Mercy. You are a lovely person, and I believe that your sacrifice yes, do whatever you would like to do.
Mercy smiles.
Okay. And Nikolai, you've been given a key to your cousin's room, and you are free to enter. The door is a large piece of dark wood that has been set into an arch, a stone arch in the cave wall.
Can Nikolai just sort of like peek inside to see if there's actually anyone inside, and Akriel was maybe lying?
You can peek inside.
Okay. Yeah, Nikolai's going to do that. It just very slowly and gently like stick the key in and try to be very quiet, so if there is someone on the other side, they don't notice someone opening it, and then just very slowly peek in.
Yeah,
Pandora
sure.
would like to look over his shoulder.
I'm not going to make you roll for stealth. When you do peek inside, it is empty, but there is roll me a perception.
18.
Okay, 18's enough to tell you that you do recognize women's undergarments have been kind of draped over a couch. She probably had a friend over.
Okay. But it seems empty now.
It is empty now, but
Okay.
maybe you might want to sweep up.
Yeah, he'll sort of like swing the door open very loudly and very grandly and say, "Yes, welcome in, my friends." Sort of like trying to wave their attention to him, and as he sort of like gives a tour with his sort of like waving his arms wildly, he like swipes the underwear off the couch so it falls behind it. And he does that with anything else he sees, just sort of, and over here is this
dork.
Could I see a performance check from you real quick? I want to see.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, it's a 9.
Luckily they are not your cousin's undergarments, because you definitely like pick up a pair of bloomers and they just like, you get your hand caught on the clasp and maybe it's caught in the cuff of your arm, so when you try to like toss it back and you bring your hand back, it's just this lacy silk bloomers that are like attached to your cuff, so you're just like
I would like to feel it secondhand embarrassment as a reaction.
Can I like yank them off?
yeah, go ahead.
Just like I'm gonna snatch them off. Just like toss them.
Thank you, Vargas. That was very kind of you. You see, my friends, this is why inns require cleaners.
It is very cluttered in here. It's not filthy, but it is definitely the home of somebody who doesn't make time to clean themselves, if that makes sense. You see on every table are these tomes and maps, scrolls, sheafs of parchment, ink spills. I would say that, Mercy, the first time that you met Vasily, this is very similar to the setup that Vasily had in her own office.
Well, then I feel secondhand embarrassment for like a second, and then I immediately just kind of wander off and just start like picking up ink bottles and writing them and prestidigitating stains away.
Okay. It's probably going to be about 10-ish minutes. Anything you guys want to do in here before Akriel comes back?
I'm gonna examine some of the things.
Sure. Absolutely. Give me an investigation roll and I'll let you know what you find out. Anyone else?
I will try to distract Nikolai while Vasily examines the things.
I was just going to say that Nikolai is going to hover.
Yeah.
He is examining things.
Absolutely.
Nikolai.
Yes, Pandora?
So this curse, does it like only take effect when you're a certain age so that people know who you are and know your name?
It seems to have. You don't touch too many things. Akriel has things set up very. She's very particular.
Or did the curse only start with your generation?
No, it's been happening for generations.
That's very unfortunate. You should look into somebody to break that curse.
Yes, good advice. I've certainly never considered that before.
I think the true curse is that Akriel is so messy.
Out of the honeymoon stage already. I'm sorry, Vasily, what did you get?
A 15.
Okay. A 15 will tell you that several of the books are on local legends. A couple of them are related to, a lot of it's in Elvish. So a couple of them are in local legends. A few of them have to do with travel. You see one that is the history of Gundarok. And Constantina, what are you doing?
I'm listening at the... Can I hear the music from inside the room?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can place the song. I'm also like kind of... Does the music sound good, or can I be like kind of judgy about it?
1 second. Let me just... We'll say there's 3 apprentices out there. So... Constantina, there's something about nobility that makes them think that they can just pick up any 6-year-old with a mandolin off the street and hire them for entertainment for their beautiful local club just because they've been taking secret lessons with a maestro. That's what this sounds like. This sounds like the innkeeper's niece has been taking 2 weeks of lessons playing mandolin, and she is absolutely butchering some manner of a love song.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, I'm always glad when people, pick up an instrument, but some people just don't have the soul for it. So, well.
Yeah, she sounds young, warbling notes, flat. It's maybe the humidity is too much, who knows, but maybe she has a cold, but there's definitely some riffing when she forgets the lyrics, and it was a poor choice.
I'm going to make myself comfortable on, I'm assuming Akriel has an unmade bed in the room somewhere, or somewhere to
Yeah, there are
sprawl.
actually several lounging couches, and
Okay.
it's a suite, so there are multiple beds behind a closet door, or not a closet door, but an adjoining room door. It's a very large room. Vasily, the last thing that you notice before the door opens is a book that it looks like a handwritten journal, and it is about Vistani customs. Vargas, what are you doing right now?
I have stolen the bloomers at this point.
Can you roll me a sleight of hand check real quick?
Yes, I can.
Absolutely.
Lisa got me this dice for Christmas, and I thought I lost it, and I was really embarrassed about the fact that I thought I lost it, but I found it.
Yay!
I had put it in a little satchel of potpourri that you got me, so now it smells really nice too.
That's such a Vargas die.
I hope that it has been blessed so
Me
that you
too.
can get away with stealing these bloomers.
That's not bad. 18.
Yeah. Nobody's looking at you. Where do you put them?
I have like a bag. I just stick them in
Stick them in your satchel.
They're really nice. They're
Okay.
probably I'm a hot girl.
Creeper.
This is gross. Like, welcome. Everybody knows this.
Oh, gross. So yeah, Vasily, the last thing that you notice, you definitely don't notice Vargas shoving some silky bloomers straight into his satchel. But you do notice that handwritten journal on Vistani customs. And then the door opens, and Akriel is leading a maid in a pressed pinafore. And this maid is carrying several boxes. And on top of the boxes is a tray, a silver tray with several flutes of dark drinks and a decanter as well. And she sort of sways a little bit, gets them to a table that is covered in books, and sort of stands there waiting for somebody to tell her to put it down or where to set it.
Oh, I will help you with that. And I go and I start helping move the books, and also while kind of reaching for the decanter. So I'm being helpful, but it's also,
Okay, and she will set down these blue crates, and
Mercy
she will
is gonna run over.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, is it? And she's gonna start like looking at the crates for like the little slip that's included with them.
Yes, and you do see that there is a slip that is included with them. It has Akriel's name on it. So it is not yours.
Oh, okay.
But you do see that it is a blue pinafore order, or an azure pinafore order.
So did Akriel come in too with the woman with the box?
Akriel opened the door. Now Akriel will stand to the side with the maid, and Akriel will look at Nikolai as the maid sort of wrings her hands, and Nikolai, and inclines her head.
Yes, certainly. And Akriel will hand her a couple of coins.
And she'll take them in her hand and sort of put it in her pinafore pocket and leave.
Thank you.
You can get your azure pinafore delivered here.
Yes, we have a dispensary.
Oh, Vasily, Konstantina, we're behind on so many boxes. We should definitely get some so we can cook some dinner tonight.
That is... You can have some of mine. I'm only here every couple of months, and only for a day or two at a time. Why don't we all have dinner?
That sounds lovely. And Mercy will like open up the crates and start like going through and being like, what do you have to make today?
Roll me a d6.
Yay. 6.
Okay. You get smoked salmon, black bread, candied dates, and the decanter is full of fire wine.
Ooh, Konstantina, you would like these. And I hand that over. And we have some bread and some salmon. We'll have a lovely dinner.
It's a little light for like a dinner, but it'll probably be good. They usually prepare their salmon very nicely. So. Smoked salmon, you don't really even have to cook it.
Is there somewhere here we could rest for a few hours?
I will be leaving tonight, so you could use my suite until day.
Where are you going?
I'll be returning home to Scald. My father must know of this.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Undead. Absolutely.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
She's too pretty.
She is very pretty, and she takes her big round spectacles. They're about this big, round spectacles off, and she cleans them, and when she looks back up, her face is just like a mass of like gently kissed freckles. And she slips them back on. She's, oh, did you look at my books? She rolled
we just moved them to make way for the wine.
Well, she sees Vasily over by her desk. She rolled a 19 on her perception, so she sees
I alphabetized them.
Oh, are you well read? You read Elvish?
I do not. Oh, I grouped together these squiggles that look the same as the other squiggles, and then also by color and by size.
Oh, and she looks at this like completely homogeneous tower of books, and she's just like, oh no.
It's probably like on Pinterest where you see people have organized their books by like rainbow.
Yeah.
It's,
Or they've
not
like
useful for someone
they've
who
like
wants
turned
the
all
book.
of their books around so the page side is facing out.
I'm not a monster. Okay.
I had to test you. I had to test. And so yeah, she will go over to her desk and she will smooth out the map that had been there, and she'll sort of look at it. And I don't suppose you know anything about the disappearances that have been happening in town, do you?
No, we were supposed to meet with a search party tonight to ask them some questions.
A search party? Oh, wonderful. That's... Do you have any idea of where they could have gone?
The search party? Oh,
well,
no,
I mean, where they intend to go. Where you will
no,
search.
We haven't asked them that yet.
Oh.
Do you know anything about the missing people?
And she leans over this map, and you see that it's a detailed map of Harmonia and some surrounding forests. And then she pulls another map out that is a continuation of this forest. And it's got different caves, some hills on it.
Are there any additional markings on it?
There are a couple, actually. And you do read Elvish, so you can see that there are a few markers on there, and you can read like the miles system and all of the legends and things like that. And she'll sort of point at the southward. I don't know how they got into the southward. It should all be walled off with a moat. I know that there are some secret entrances into the city, but I'm pretty sure they've all been walled off by now.
Vasily wants to do an insight check on her level of interest in all of this.
Yeah, what are you specifically trying to figure out?
Why? I guess just like, it just sounds suspicious. She sounds very suspicious.
It's strange that you think that it's strange that she's like the only noble in this town.
Yeah,
who's
interested.
Yeah.
She's the only person that's been like, so what do you think of them disappearances?
Yeah, okay,
right?
Go ahead.
Like,
yeah, go ahead. DC's low then.
14.
She is interested in these disappearances in a way that is less compassion and more academic.
I can relate. I will kind of walk up beside her. I feel like I was probably standing kind of off to the side, and I walk up beside her, and I kind of like put my hand on the desk, and I'm like, so why are you so interested in the Vistani?
And she'll look at the map and look at Vasily, and then look immediately at Nikolai, and then immediately at Konstantina. I think it is a shame that they have their power stripped from them.
How do you... Wait, would she know that? How do you know that?
Everyone knows that Vistani can travel through the mists, anyone who's read on them enough, and none of the Vistani here ever do.
And do you know why that is?
I'm afraid I don't.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay.
It's
like,
a big room, but it's
yes.
also a small room, like you're in a cave, so... Yeah, you can hear. And she'll, I'm afraid I don't.
Well, that is also what I am trying to find out, because I just learned that I probably can't get out of Karatakis. So, have you, I mean, I know I'm not the only Vistana who recently traveled here, but have you met other people other Vistani who have come through the mist, or are all the ones you know people who have been here for, years?
I don't frequent the Masked Melody like my cousin does, so I unfortunately don't meet very many Vistani. It is Vistani owned. Most Vistani I know have been here for generations. Tragic, really.
Yes, agreed. So where Where are you trying to travel to soon? Where are you leaving for tonight? Is that outside of Cartacus?
No, Skald is technically the capital of Cartacus. Unfortunately, it is not as big or studied as Harmonia. I come here often for supplies. But I do have a home there and a small laboratory. I do a lot of research, a lot of archaeological research, and she sort of looks to the side for a minute, and she looks at the map, and she looks back at you, and... May I be candid?
Please?
If I'm not overstepping my bounds, I need your help.
Okay.
Will you accompany the search party that is looking for the missing women?
Yeah, I mean, I will go wherever my friends go, and so I think we were planning to help.
If you're so interested, why haven't you organized a search party before this?
How could we?
You're nobles.
People forget about us the second we walk away.
That doesn't mean they forget about things they've planned to do.
Yes, if the information came from us, it typically does. You're the first people outside of our family to remember us.
So post pamphlets.
There's been so much going on. I would love to organize a search party, but it simply hasn't worked.
Nikolai, she is right. We have not done right by these people. But we should now.
Fine.
We will give you the means to outfit yourselves, and we will ensure that you are given talented assistance, skilled assistance. I only ask for one thing in return.
Wait, I thought we were doing a favor for you.
You are. But you
So
would also be doing a favor for yourselves, should you help me with this.
Mercy walks over with a tray of black bread and like little bits of salmon on each thing, and is like just handing it around to people. And she says, well, what would you have us do? We might as well know.
There is a crown. It is powerful. A lost artifact from an age long before us. I need it. I need it to help the people of Cartacus.
Crowns do not usually help people, so we need a little bit more information.
This one has the power to open the borders. Anyone who has it can leave.
Oh, okay. So if we return the crown to you, would you have the power to open the borders for everybody, or does it just affect you?
Whoever has the crown can decide who leaves and who stays.
And that should be you?
Is there someone else you had in mind?
Well, no, that just seems like a very, powerful thing to control. And I mean, we don't really know your family very well, so how do we know that you would use it for the right purposes?
That's fair. That is a fair assumption. I suppose we haven't been exactly forthcoming with information, and I understand your hesitance.
Why do you ask us? What does this have to do with the missing people? Are they connected?
Well, I was hoping that you could take the expedition with you.
So is this expedition about finding the missing people, or do you just want to find this crown?
Well, it's about finding the missing people, but if you happen to also find the crown...
It just seems strange to me why you would connect these two missions, and I don't want to take the townspeople on a search that might be dangerous for them.
Is it because you want them out of the town for the night? A distraction?
No, of course not. Nothing like that. And she sort of, she rolls the maps back up. I understand your hesitation.
If we're to lead a search party, I'd like to familiarize myself with the area. May I see those maps?
You may. And she passes the maps to you.
Thank you. I'd like to look at any additional markings she's made on the maps. And kind of look at the area where we lost the trail of the girl.
Sure thing. You can give me either history or investigation.
Okay, let's see. Well, nat 20.
Oh, snap! Nat 20. Yes, you can absolutely differentiate her her script, even though she has carefully tried to match it with the original script on the map. And you can see where she has made small markings in multiple places, including what appears to be on the map, the same hunting grounds you found Nikolai. You can also see that she has made a similar marking next to a cave, and a similar marking next to an abandoned mansion in the south ward of Harmonia.
I want to kind of sidle over to Vargas and Vasily. Kind of just point out this cave could be a place that people are being taken.
Seems like a very good guess. It looks like the best place to take them, and I really don't trust these people.
Can I inspect the map a little more closely?
Yeah, in fact, you can do it at advantage because she is helping you. Okay. So yeah, give me either investigation or history.
Both of those are -1, but that's fine.
No, it's advantage. You can do it. I believe in you, Vargas.
Okay, well, that'll be a 2 then.
Oh no.
The other one would have been a 1, so.
You are holding the map upside down.
Gently turns it right.
Die. Now that I'm holding the map the right way, can I try again?
You can spend a few minutes talking with Pandora about it, and I'll let you know what you guys find out, but you're not going to notice anything off the bat.
Okay.
What about the rest of you? Akriel seems like she's just tidying books and sort of irritably moving things.
I'm gonna talk to her more.
Okay, absolutely.
Just because she seems like she's been curious about the missing people. Do you know anything about where they might be going or what might be taking them?
Well, we used to have disappearances once a month. Now it's twice a week. I have no idea what's happening. I know that it has something to do with undead now. And we don't have very many catacombs or places that undead can sprout up. We burn most of our dead nowadays. Keeps them from coming back.
When you say that's very good, there should be no undead. But when you say
undead,
do you mean the ones who captured you?
Yes, those very same.
Miss Mercy has no reason to.
They are the first undead that we've seen in this area in decades.
And what do you know about Sea Crown that could help us find it?
And she'll pull open actually she won't pull anything open. She'll start like picking up like this tower of book and like separating it out, and then finally pulling the book she needs out of the middle.
Mercy stacking the rest back up.
And she'll brush her hair out of her face and open it up and start scrolling down the pages with her fingers, and then tap on a picture of what appears to be an open coronet with curved edges and several red jewels set into it. And this is the crown of souls. It has been used in the past to open the borders. I believe that if I can open the borders, there's so much here that could be improved. There's medicine, learning. We could even bring magic.
Can I insight check that?
You can.
Whether her intentions are noble. A 13.
A 13 will tell you that she is serious about opening the borders for those things, but there is an ulterior motive.
Then I guess Mercy will ask, is there a history about Sea Crown? Would it be by Sea Capital, perhaps?
I've searched all over Cartacus almost. I haven't heard of anything near the capital. I could look whenever... I could go through my books when I go back to Scald. Would you help me?
Go through books? So that's more of Vaso you sing. Sounds very boring.
You just seemed so learned, I thought... I'm sorry, it was silly of me to assume.
But if it will open up Simis so that my friend Constantina and her other Vistana friends can leave, then I would like to find it. It's just we don't even know where to start looking.
Well, travel with your friends tomorrow, and I hope dearly that you find these missing girls, and if you ever come to Scald, I would be more than happy to have you. I mean that.
Oh, Mercy blushes.
Mercy, remind me, why did we say we were going to have this search party in the middle of the night?
We weren't going to necessarily have a search party in the middle of the night, but we were meeting with the people to ask some questions of who is missing and what they might know.
Oh, I've probably been keeping you. You should go see them.
What time is it?
It was midday whenever Akriel was attacked. You've been sitting here eating food and drinking warm wine and fire wine probably an hour or two, so probably early evening, 5, 6 o'clock. It is high summer, so the sun is still in the sky.
Should we go back to see Max Melody for the meeting?
Very well. We can discuss things amongst ourselves then.
Okay.
Can I accompany you?
Everyone's attitudes toward Nikolai are so different now.
I don't see why not. I mean, I feel like we've kind of cleared the air. So, sure. And actually, Nikolai, and I mean, I guess this is a question for Akriel as well, but who is in charge of Harmonia? Who's like do you have like a oracle master or something?
Oh, we have a Meister singer.
Oh, and what are they like? Do people like them?
Well, I don't live here, but God, Akriel's accent is all over the place this episode. Don't judge me. And she'll, I don't live here, so I'm afraid I don't know him very well. But I've heard that he is a timid man.
Okay.
It's very funny, isn't it? A timid bard.
Very funny.
Nikolai, you could come with us so we can keep an eye on you. And Pandora slings her arm around Nikolai's shoulder and, like, pulls him in a little too tight.
Yes. That I would love to join you.
Angriest hug.
Wait, everybody take some salmon. And Mercy's like at this point, like shoving it into people's mouths. These little bites.
Akriel will sort of dust her skirts and bodice off, and she'll, well, I will probably be on my way by the time you return, so just tell the doorman that my room is your room, and you are free to partake of the meals and sleep here if you so desire. I hope that you will consider helping me. I will outfit the search party either way. Thank you.
Does this count as a short rest?
Yeah. And you will have the opportunity later to have a long rest should you come back here. So, yeah. Absolutely count it as a short rest.
Nice.
Yeah. So, where to now?
Masked Melody?
Yeah.
I'm going to save some tables for the meeting.
When you leave and Nikolai navigates your way back to the Masked Melody, you get there and you see that there is a small gathering of people, 3 or 4, plus Bertolt.
Bertolt, hello.
And the hunchbacked man will turn and look back at you, and he'll smile through these sort of crooked brown teeth, and he'll, "Ah, my lady."
Hello. I preemptively cast a mage hand, and it's just floating in front of me. Should everyone try to shake my hand or greet me,
yeah, and he'll
or touch me, it'll just hold them back.
Reach for the mage hand with his hand open like this.
These were the friends I was telling you about, and Nikolai, who I was seeing had Nisa's body.
And he'll...
Yes, Nikolai. Where is Nisa's body?
Yes, I believe that was a private discussion we were going to have.
Yes, we were going to have it, weren't we?
Yes.
Guess we'll just have to have it now.
You know where Nissa Crag's body is.
I feel awkward again.
He was in the middle of like a wet kiss on the back of the mage hand, and now he's like stopped. He's just standing there.
Ugh. I prestidigitate my mage hand.
Yes, so I had some people examine it when we got back to town, and it was found to be, we were concerned that there was something contagious, so we took the body out of town so as not to put anyone in town in danger, and I was going to send a messenger to Adora to let her know what happened to her daughter.
We may have already told her about her.
Yes, we took care of that for you.
Oh, well, as long as you were gentle with her, I'm sure that it went well.
It went terribly.
She had some very interesting things to say about a society of wolves?
Oh, you seem to have upset your friend.
Yes, it scared Mercy quite a lot.
Bert will do this, and he'll... No, we don't talk about this. We won't do this.
Wolves?
No, we... Don't bring that evil here.
Fine, we won't talk about it.
Seems to be for the best, yes.
This place is weird.
Well, Bertolt, are these all of the people you were able to recruit?
No, some of them are cleaning up after the funeral, you know.
Oh.
The nobles will be up all night drinking, so...
Is it just you?
No, I've got a party of about 20.
Oh, okay. Well, we wanted to ask some questions about your missing wife. Figure out where we should start our search.
Yeah, that, Oh, I'm sorry, milady, this is, Yarrow and, Juniper. And there are 2 identical half-elves on either side of him.
Oh.
They work for me, trackers.
Oh. Well, what can you tell us about the day your wife went missing?
Well, she went missing about 2 weeks ago. The village laughed at me, you know. She's, well, all of them that went, and not just girls, but 20s maybe, you know, they thought it was funny that I had such a young wife. They thought maybe she finally left. But I knew Imal. She wouldn't do that.
Was that her name, Imal?
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful?
It's a very pretty name.
She was a very pretty girl. She is a very pretty girl.
Were you able to track where she went at all?
And when you say that, you see there's like sort of a sore spot. And in examining both him and the two half-elves at his side, you see that they are all dressed in sort of ranger's clothes. And so, like, you know just by looking at him that he is a huntsman, and that tracking is something that he should probably be good at. Mm-hmm. And he'll... No. Never tracked her.
You don't know where to start, son.
She went to the market and she didn't come back. All of them.
I'd like to show him the maps.
Yeah,
actually, can
absolutely.
I have taken the maps? Yeah.
Yeah, let's retcon it and say you took the maps. Akriel wouldn't have stopped you.
I never put them down, basically.
Yeah.
So I want to show him the maps and say we were thinking of investigating this cave, but can you recommend any likely locations where they could be?
Well, and he'll look at it, and you can tell by the way that like his brow is furrowed that he can't read.
Oh,
the Elvish, but he recognizes the layout.
Yeah, and the two half-elves probably can.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. And that's actually the reason I put them in there, and I forgot. So, thank you, Hannah. Do you have inspiration? Actually, you all have inspiration. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Mark it down.
Yeah, one of the half-elves is able to poke at places and, like, sound out words for Bertolt. And he'll... What's this? I don't know this house in the South Ward in Harmonia. What's this house?
Nikolai, do you know this house?
Yes. Which house was it?
When you look at the map, there is a house there that is not in Harmonia.
This one isn't familiar, no. Sort of very strange. I suppose this would be a good thing to look into.
You know that it is in the South Ward near the Masked Melody, where you're pointing on the map, but that house is not there.
Oh. Could this be an old map?
I can't imagine Akriel would have inaccurate information. She's a scientist. She always has, you know, the most accurate information she can find.
Oh.
I imagine this would be worth looking into.
Well, it's near here. Let's go.
Does anyone have any other questions for Bertolt? All right, Bertolt, we will... Oh, yeah, Pandora, go ahead.
Oh, should we convene in the morning for the search party?
Yes. We will try to find some clues of where to look.
There are, do you need to be outfitted, or... You look kind of witchy. We don't sell potions.
We're not a witch. Vasily, we're not witches.
Well, you just sort of, you know, you have a sort of a devilry look about you. I didn't want to assume, but...
You have sort of a gross look about you.
You are smelly. And I'm going to go stand next to Vasily.
And Bertolt will kind of like kind of sniff like it, and one of the twins will sort of like pat his shoulder, like, "Come on, man, they didn't mean it, man." Like, just distressed. Everybody's had a hard day. Like, let's just... Berthold will say, we can meet you in the morning, maybe start investigating this house and then look for Imal and the others.
Alright. We can meet outside Sea Masked Melody?
Yeah.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
we all know where this is, so...
Okay.
I got good chicken wings.
And I turned to Constantina. As strange as this place was, maybe we should stay here for the night if they have rooms. I feel safer staying in a Vistani run place than anywhere else. Pointed look at Nikolai.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not against that.
Yeah, Nikolai, you know that it is a tavern, and so they don't typically have rooms, but the Vistani family does live there, so they may be able to put you up.
So Nikolai will share that, but also say, if as long as you're with me, you'll be safe. I promise no harm. I know I can tell that I've lost some of your trust because I didn't tell you about that curse thing, but can you blame me? I thought that you would walk away and forget.
There's a way you could earn my trust back, Nikolai.
How?
But I think that we should talk outside Sea Masked Melody.
Okay.
Okay. So if we leave, Nikolai, then I was talking to Eudora. I read through her thoughts and I saw an image of a wolf with a man's face. I've met creatures like these before, werewolves, or I think they are wolf bears, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Yes, I imagine you would find it quite difficult for people here to talk about wolves.
Why is that?
People here are frightened. There are, terrible things out in the world.
Children maybe, are scared of stories, but the fear that Eudora felt, that Bertolt felt in there, that's real. What is going on in Kartakis?
There's a lot going on in Kartakis. And actually one of the things, so when you took me to talk, is everyone else still here? Or is it just Mercy and Nikolai?
Oh, I would have wanted everyone there. Yeah.
Okay. Nikolai, I know a way you could earn our trust.
Yes?
Mercy has the power to read thoughts. Why don't you volunteer to let her read your thoughts? What more could demonstrate trust among friends?
I understand why you say that, but I'm afraid I carry secrets that are not my own. And
I'm also very tired. Maybe we could do it in the morning.
Certainly. There is one last thing that I would like to speak with you all about while I have you here in private, finally. I wanted to tell you that my cousin do you remember my cousin, right?
Akriel.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. How could we forget?
Just checking.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, remember the curse thing that
Yeah.
I mentioned? Anyway, my cousin actually took Nisa's body with her to Scald to investigate it. She thinks that it's connected to this crown thing that she's so interested in. And I adore my cousin, and you have no reason to trust me, but I do think that, if you can find this crown, it sounds like it would be useful in helping you with what you're doing. I don't think you should bring it back to my cousin, should you find it.
Well, I wasn't really planning on it anyway, but that's good to, have your endorsement of that plan.
What will be the consequences of not bringing it?
Do you not trust your cousin?
I wouldn't say it's that I don't trust. I believe that she certainly believes she has the best wishes of Kartakis at heart. I believe that she believes she can do good. I also believe that there are other ways to do good, and that she maybe doesn't see that all the time.
Well, sounds like all the nobility I've ever met. So,
What would you have us do with this powerful artifact?
I don't know. I don't think it should be destroyed. I think that it can do good. I don't know that there's any one person that can be trusted with such a powerful thing. But if we're being honest, I would rather Akriel not have it.
You trust us?
I don't really know you. I would like to, but I don't really know you, as you don't really know me, as we have discovered. But from the little bit that I do know of you, I feel that, you might not be perfect, but you might be a better choice than Akriel. If nothing else, I think that you could find someone who could be trusted with it.
Very well. We have a lot to do tomorrow.
Before we head back to the Master Melody or the Crystal Chamber or wherever we want to sleep, should we go look at that house that doesn't exist?
All right.
Why not?
Can we, just walk to where it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was typing, so I had my mic muted in OBS. Anyway, yes, you can just walk there. And when you walk along this place, you see that the cobbles are a lot closer together into a paved brick road. What color is this brick road? Constantina, what color is the brick road?
Red.
It's a beautiful, bright, red painted brick road. And it has springing flowers painted in mosaics along it. A couple of the bricks, yes, it's very cheerful, and a couple of the bricks have been laid a little catty corner, so they're not all the way symmetrical, which is a little annoying to the eye. But other than that, it's very cheerful. All of the houses are very tall and very skinny here. And the map is in the overlay now, so the actual chat can see it and everything. Ooh. Yeah, I know. I did it this time, guys. And all of the houses are very tall. They're very thin. They have that sort of Tudor scaffolding on the outside. They're whitewashed with paintings drawn on them, but not in the sort of haphazard ways the rest of the town. Like, all of these look very expertly done, as though they have hired someone to put them on for them. And when you get to the spot on the map where there is a house, you just see that there is a large wide house here, twice as large as the rest of the houses.
Oh. Well, this is the house then.
This is very strange.
There is one house where there are two houses on the map.
Oh. Why is that? Whose house is this?
This house is one of the abandoned houses, and its paint has been chipping for a while, and there are boards over the windows.
We could just stay here, Vasily, just like home.
Yeah, that would be fine. Be better than either of the other options, if I'm being honest.
Well, we should investigate and make sure there's nobody squatting inside or holding anybody prisoner inside.
Agreed.
Go ahead.
I'd like to roll a stealth check, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll a stealth check for me.
Damn, this die. 6. Clank, clank, clank. Pandora stomps up the front steps. Can I peer through the boards or something?
Yeah, you can peer through the boards.
That's a 22 perception.
Oh, yeah. You can see inside, and inside it is dull, dark inside, but you can see tiny shafts of a graying light as the sun is sinking. we're not quite at sunset yet. It is summer. The sun probably won't sink until about closer to 8. But it's starting to get pretty anemic in there. You can see dust motes, and you can see this sort of clean marks in the dust that has gathered on the boards of the floor.
Can I try the door?
Yeah, try it.
Is it open?
Yeah, it swings and almost falls off its hinges.
Pandora kind of props it up and goes in to investigate the dust marks.
When you go to investigate the dust marks, I want you to give me survival with advantage because you already knew they were there.
Good thing an advantage. That's an 11.
You start to investigate these dust marks. You see that there's some draggings in it, possibly those zombies. And then just a bunch of scuffs through here. Somebody's been through here, but it's hard to tell.
Somebody's been here, but I don't know.
With the perception that you had earlier, though, you can feel this sort of movement in the stagnant air here. It's a draft, maybe?
Can Mercy walk in and just be like, oh, this place could use a good clean. And she'll like start prestidigitating the dust, which I imagine it's just a cantrip, right? So it probably just puffs up and like lands in other places.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was like,
That's
oh,
what I
the
imagine.
evidence.
Yeah.
But can I use my advantage or my inspiration to use my gravesite to see if there's something else here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so she prestidigitates.
Does gravesite just reveal ghosts that have been killed recently? Is that what's up?
I can sense ghosts, or if someone has been killed in the area, I see their death.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. What does activating your gravesite look like here?
I think that whenever it happens, although the player is making that decision, Mercy does it by accident. So she thinks she's just prestidigitating some dust.
Mm-hmm. And so you feel these goosebumps raise up on your arm, and you get those cold chills up your body the same way that you always do whenever you sense that there has been death here, but you don't see any ghosts. And in looking around, you look at your companions, you see the ghostly arm of someone clutching Nikolai's gloved hand. But other than that, you see nothing. And even that dissipates after a couple of minutes.
Nikolai's hand?
Oh, not Nikolai. Oh. Vargas's. Sorry, I had the handsome one stuck in my mind for a minute. I'm sorry, Hadil, I didn't mean it.
Mercy, are you all right?
Do you feel sad? I felt cold. I felt dust. I thought I saw something, and Mercy just kind of looks Vargas directly in the eye as she's saying this. But it could not be, because as I know, there are no ghosts that follow that one. And her lips are like a straight line.
Okay.
I sense death here.
Anybody else?
Does that mean we should stay here or not?
I don't think we should stay here.
Well, it does feel homey, so it feels familiar, which is nice.
Yes, I feel like this is probably a dangerous place to be.
I mean, we do have 2 other options in town, so we don't really need to stay in a creepy house. But I mean, if we think it's going to help our search, I guess we can stay here. But I don't really see the advantage over, just going to perfectly fine establishments in town.
Okay.
whatever everybody else wants to do. It's fine.
We should definitely come back, though. This seems strange, and maybe there were undead here, and undead are maybe involved with the missing people.
Well, why don't we continue exploring a little bit more? I mean, I know it's getting dark, but it's not quite nighttime yet, so maybe we can do a quick search, and then when we're ready to go to sleep, we can go back into, maybe the Masked Melody is, my choice for obvious reasons. But yeah, why don't we just look around and see what we can find?
All right. So I guess I don't know what the layout of the house is like, so I don't know how to move from here.
No, it's fine.
But I think I'd probably... Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I was typing. No, it's fine. I can describe the layout of the house. So when you've gone in, Mercy, you've been in houses like this in Darkon. There is a large living area. There is a stairwell. There is a single fireplace where they may have once cooked all the food. And there is a pair of two doors, wooden doors with elaborate handles on them. Just sloping handles that you can lift up and walk out of. The difference between this house and the houses that you have been in is that this house is much wider. And in looking at this mid area, you can see in the middle of the living area that there was a wall that has been removed. This was once two houses.
I would say combine them.
Big family?
Maybe.
Well, should we see? I mean, I guess there's not really a reason to, try to look through the wall or anything, unless there's something on the other side. But if we know it's just more house, unless they were trying to, I don't know. I've never really seen a structure like this before.
Can I open one of the doors?
Yeah, absolutely. You can open one of the doors if you like. You can ask Pandora which door you would like to open if you want.
Let's open all of the doors, see what's behind them.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Which door would you like to open first?
The middle one.
Okay, so there is one door on this level, a second door on this level on either side of the fireplace, and then up the stairwell there is a door leading upstairs. So the middle one would be the one on the right hand side of this fireplace?
Sure.
Okay. So when you open that, it opens to a storeroom that is covered in dust and cobwebs. There doesn't seem to be a lot here. A few baskets that are falling apart, a crate of apples that aren't even rotten anymore. They're essentially dust.
No footprints?
No footprints in here.
Okay. How about the one to the left?
All right. When you leave again and you test the handle of the one on the left, you can feel a draft coming along the edge of the door.
Yeah, open it.
When you open this door, it swings open cleanly, totally well-oiled. You don't see any footprints here, but you do see a stairwell descending down into darkness.
I have dark vision. Can I see anything?
You can
Just
see,
the stairwell?
what, 60 feet? What is that? Yeah, so you can see about 60 feet, and you look down and you can see the end of the stairwell, and you can see that it ends in a sort of dark tunnel with a very high ceiling and very wide walls. But beyond that, it slopes too far. You'd have to go down the stairs.
This seems strange.
Promising.
It does seem strange. Maybe something we shouldn't be exploring in the nighttime.
Oh, Nikolai says we shouldn't do it. We should definitely investigate then.
I agree.
All right. That's fine.
Sorry. And Pandora, let's see. I don't think I have any torches or anything. Does anyone have a light?
I have dark vision.
You know what does have light? The sun.
Pandora
When
will
you
start
don't investigate things at night.
Okay, so entirely up to you.
Well,
I will start down the stairs.
Well, you have dark vision too, don't you?
Pandora, yeah, she does.
Yeah. So, I mean,
It's Constantina can't see.
Constantina, do you mind waiting up here with Nikolai and Vargas, and the three of us can go investigate in the dark?
Sure. I will stay up here with the two very handsome people. So yes, I will stay up here.
Actually.
Call us if there's any trouble.
Okay, I will use a message if something happens.
Be safe, Constantina.
You too.
Okay, so the three of you descend into darkness, and none of you need a torch or anything. It feels like maybe a root cellar down here, but the walls are perfectly smooth, even though they are earth. The ceiling is high above your head. Even standing on the top of your toes, Pandora, you wouldn't even be able to reach this. Kind of smells down here. It's very earthy, very like the forest, maybe, like animals. And so as you are walking through here and down this tunnel, it extends in a straight line ahead of you.
This is a very strange tunnel. Yeah, I guess we keep going.
Okay. What is your marching order?
I'll be in front.
Okay.
I'll be in back, and so Vasily can be a safety sandwich.
Little safety sandwich. Before we get into that, I'd like to get into real quick, Constantina, Nikolai, and Vargas, what are you going to do hanging out in the house?
Brood.
Nikolai's standing very close to where they went down the stairs and just listening very intently to make sure nothing happens.
Give me a perception
Listening
check.
with your normal human ears.
Listening with my normal human ears to make sure nothing bad is happening.
Give me that perception check. If you have advantage, use your advantage.
I do have advantage. Normal human advantage. Dirty 20.
Something sounds and smells wrong. Pandora.
Oh no.
Yes.
You are leading the way through this tunnel, and as you near the end of the tunnel, you can hear this sort of... Is it a scratching at the walls? What is that?
I'd like to pull out my sword and have it in front of me just in case.
And you pull out your sword, and the light of Corellin illuminates as you do. There's something about your god is warning you, even though there's no undead down here. And a little bit of this light shines towards the end of the tunnel, and you can see a pair of these yellow eyes staring at you.
Who's there?
And all you hear is this.
Show yourself.
And you hear this scratching against these earthen walls, and you can hear the dirt as it starts to cascade onto the floor.
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay, and as you're moving forward, you can see these eyes are growing ever closer, and these eyes, these yellow, glowing, lupine eyes, are not at your waist level. They're at your eye level. They're at your forehead level. They're above your head, as whatever creature is standing at the end of this tunnel straightens up its legs and comes charging at you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hit it with my sword.
All right, roll it.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Okay, so as you're swinging with your sword this first time, you see it just up the chest of this enormous shaggy animal as both of its arms start to come towards you. What's your damage on that?
If I smite on a crit, does it double my smite damage as
Sure
well?
does.
Oh, yeah.
And what I like about crits is that I like to max out the first die, so that way you don't just get 2 2s.
Oh, sure.
Because this is epic damage.
I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna burn probably just the first level spell slot. And let's see. So that is for my sword. I'm wielding it in both hands. That's 1d10, and I was looking at my smite. There we go. 2d8 because it is a crit. Oh no. 3d8. I assume this creature is not undead, though.
No, it is not undead.
Okay, so that is 12, 17, 24, is 29 damage, and there's a brilliant flash of pure white light.
And you can hear are you okay?
It was my cat.
Oh. I saw you like look to the side. We're like, it scared me.
Yeah.
And you see this brilliant flash of light, just like Vasily and Mercy. You both see it completely incinerate the arm off of whatever has charged into you from the end of this tunnel. And you hear this, and then,
I have a second attack.
Yeah, give me that second attack.
I felt bad for a second, and then I was scared again.
Yeah.
That is 21 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'd like to smite again.
Do it.
Faster, because I know my damage now. Nice. 14, 18, 23 damage.
Okay, yeah. 23 damage, and you hear it as your sword catches it whenever that arm just like catches on fire with the holy might of Karelin that is burning away at the curse that is inside of this creature. You also catch it on the backswing and slice up along its jaw, and you can hear the blood just splatter against the wall. And then you see these eyes as they hunch down, and it starts to retreat very quickly.
This is probably Nikolai's brother.
Yeah.
Nikolai did hear the commotion and like yelled out, "Your friends are in danger!" and then rushed down the stairs.
This creature that you have smote twice is fleeing, which will open it up to an opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. That's an 18 to hit.
Yes, an 18 will do it.
Should I burn my last spell slot? First level spell slot.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Oh, actually. That's an action. No, well, that would be a reaction. Dang, I should have used compelled duel. Okay, next time. I'm gonna smite. Ooh, that's crappy damage though. 10 damage.
That's it.
That's
Tell
enough.
Me about it.
Or
yeah, tell me about it.
Nikolai, this is not a poor innocent wolf. So it starts to run away, and Pandora brings her sword down straight along its back, and you just hear there's another flash of light and a snap.
Yeah, you hear this flash of light, and you can smell this fur sizzling as this creature drops to the ground, just collapses. And all of you can see with your dark vision as it sort of bones cracking and muscles tearing as it forms its way back into the form of a wolf. And smoking husk of a black wolf just lays in the corner of this hallway.
Mercy is on the ground against the wall, curled in a ball. Her white skin is splattered with wolf's blood. And she's just like crying and shaking.
Yeah, Vasily immediately, like once she saw that it was a wolf, went straight over to Mercy because she knows that that's going to upset her.
Mercy, it's okay. It's dead now.
They're going to come back. They're going to eat all of us.
No, we'll burn it. It'll be okay.
And she's just crying and like doesn't believe Pandora.
Nikolai has cast dancing lights so that he can see what's going on down here.
Yeah.
So festive.
Just in the shape of like a torch.
Dancing lights will reveal the three of them, and beyond them, the dead body of a wolf.
Nikolai will walk toward it, and does he recognize it?
Roll perception.
Mm, 18.
Yeah, this wolf's gone through a lot of trouble. It's Sigmund from your hunting party.
Really human of you.
Oh, it has a name.
Nikolai kneels down next to him. I see you are in the attack first, ask questions later camp.
Actually, it was in the attack first, ask questions later camp.
Really? This wolf swung at you. This wolf attacked you before you attacked it.
Yes, actually.
Huh. I'd like to roll insight.
Pandora believes that this is true.
Yeah, you can assess the situation here, Nikolai.
Okay. 18.
An 18 will tell you that this wolf was killed with a slash to the back.
It certainly looks like he was retreating when he was killed and not attacking.
He was going to eat us, Nikolai.
He wasn't. He was not going to eat you. He was retreating.
Why do you have so much faith in this wolf and not in what we're telling you?
That's what I'd like to know. Awfully defensive of a wolf.
Because there's a slash in its back, meaning it was killed as it was running away.
Nikolai, perhaps you have never met a werewolf or a wolf-wehr.
Oh, werewolf?
I have.
Excuse me. A werewolf? I believe if you examine, you will see that this is a wolf-wehr. Don't talk about werewolves over here, please, and sully Sigmund's name.
Sigmund?
Wait a minute. Shock and surprise.
I mean, Sigmund, who is part of your hunting party.
Yes, Sigmund, who you met and who was not attacking you, and who would not have attacked you because he would have recognized you.
Oh, he sure didn't recognize me.
You should not have done this. Sigmund would not have attacked you. And as I already said, he was running away when you killed him.
I'm going to point my sword at Nikolai again.
Oh.
Are you also? And Mercy just starts like crawling back through the tunnel away from Nikolai.
Is this the curse on your family, Nikolai?
I already told you what the curse was.
Maybe there's another part to it that you're not telling us.
And why would I, if you would attack me for being even slightly different from you? What have I done to make you think that I wish you any kind of harm?
I have no problem with werewolves. I do have a problem with lies.
Werewolves? Excuse me. Excuse me. I am not some vicious creature who can't control myself. I am a gentleman.
Oh, do you have another word for it then?
As I already said, Sigmund is a wolf-wehr.
And so are you?
What does it matter? Are you going to kill me as I walk away?
No, Nikolai, I'm not going to kill you.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to take Sigmund's body back to town so that he can have his funeral and so that we can burn his body. If I walk away from you, are you going to slash me as well?
Mercy, are you all right?
And she's just like crying. She's so overwhelmed. She's like really freaked out that Nikolai is a wolf wear because she actually doesn't have too much of an issue with werewolves, except that they look like wolf wears. She specifically has an issue with wolf wears. So she's like really freaked out, but also confused because Nikolai's so nice and good looking.
Ugh, he's nice and good looking. Okay.
He truly is.
So, what are we doing now as we're winding down this episode?
What is Nikolai doing?
Nikolai wants to take Sigmund's body back to town to his family.
I want to help Nikolai do that.
Okay. The two of you cradle Sigmund's burning body against Nikolai's chest as he carries this wolf further down the tunnel, knowing that he cannot bring a wolf through the streets of the city. So he will take the wolf to the end of the tunnel that leads into a forest. And this is where Nikolai parts with you. As he walks into the forest to take his dead friend home to his family. What about the rest of you?
I'm continuing to comfort Mercy, or try to, like, pat.
Don't know what to think, Vasily. I was very scared.
But he's gone now. They're gone now.
He was attacking us, right?
From where I was standing, he was.
He was.
Yeah. So.
Okay, Pandora?
What?
Are you okay, Pandora?
Yeah. I'm just tired.
Vargas will like lean up against the wall and cross his arms like, could have been worse. Could have been vampires. I'm just saying.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
It's true. And now we're rid of that guy.
Yes,
I don't even
he's
remember
very
his
mediocre. He made the rest of us look more mediocre.
Yeah.
Pandora's kind of laughing hysterically. Could have. You could have been vampires.
Oh, I'm a little scared of Pandora now.
She's just been through a lot. It'll be fine.
Okay. Now, without Nikolai, you are unable to return to the crystal chamber, but Constantina, Rusa does see you as you pass the masked melody, and in speaking with her, you are able to arrange a room to sleep for your friends. She says that it's a small guest room. You'll all have to sleep in the same room, but it's yours for the night. It is the least that I can do.
Appreciate it.
And as you're winding down, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Or?
Mercy, as they're, I guess, winding down and getting ready to go to bed, will say, I'm still confused about what happened. I don't know if we did the right thing, but you were very brave. I was very frightened. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am sorry I am sorry it was Nikolai's friend, but he certainly didn't act like a person or a friend.
I don't think that's fair.
And Pandora's going to go in her room and go to sleep or trance. Is everyone else going to bed?
Yeah.
So probably a couple hours into the night, you hear screams coming from Pandora's room. And a moaning sound, and then a scream, and then silence.
I will go to investigate.
Are you coming in?
Yeah, I mean, I heard screaming.
And you see Pandora, sitting on the bed. She was trancing with the bedclothes wrapped around her, and she's just rocking back and forth.
I will go to, I'm going to use Mage Hand to kind of lightly touch you.
And she jumps like a foot in the air. Oh my god. Constantina. I'm fine.
You were screaming. Did you have a dream? I mean, I know you don't really sleep, but what happened? Did you see something?
It was a memory.
A bad one?
Yes.
Do you need something? Can I get you some water or tea or something that might help?
I wish tea would fix this. God, Constantina, I wish anything would fix this.
Well, I mean, what can I do? I mean, I know that having terrible memories is hard. I think we all share that. Can I
Pandora reaches out her hand and grabs Constantina's, and you feel again, I think you were the one who felt this last time, that Pandora's hand is as cold as ice.
You're really cold. And we are not outside.
I'm really cold. Really cold. We'll never be warm again.
I mean, I don't really have this is kind of out of my wheelhouse. Actually, my brother is a healer, so he would probably know more, but should I get Mercy or something? She might have a spell that can ease your discomfort.
I guess I got really mad at Nikolai for not being honest with us, because he had secrets that might endanger us. I should be honest with all of you.
Shall I go wake everybody? Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and scooch out and go and kind of wake up everyone who's sleeping. Pandora really needs to talk to us. Can you come in the other room?
When you go to wake up everyone, you can't find Mercy.
Oh. Okay, do I see Vasily?
You see Vasily, yeah. Mercy may have gotten up for a drink of water or something, but she's not in her sleeping pallet.
Hey, Vasily. Do you know where Mercy is? Pandora wants to talk to everybody. Something is going on. I think we should just go, address this, but I don't see Mercy anywhere. Did she walk out?
Vasily kind of looks around. I feel like she's probably used to Mercy just kind of wandering off sometimes. So she's just like, she'll be back. It's fine. Do you want me to go in there? What's going on?
Yeah, do you mind, will you come with me? And Vargas, is Vargas in there with us? Can I wake up?
Yeah, I'm awake. I am.
Okay. Hey, will you come with me? I don't really know how to handle this, but Pandora's really upset about something. And then when Mercy comes back, we can feel her in.
I mean, yeah, we'll she just kind of looks at Vargas like, I guess we'll go. We're not the best people for this, but...
Okay, we go back in the other room.
And Pandora's still sitting on the bed with the bedclothes wrapped around her. Where's Mercy?
We think she went out for a little bit, but she does that sometimes. But we'll get her up to speed if you want to tell us what's going on.
Said I should be honest with you. Are you sure you want to know?
Yes, I mean, look, we all have secrets here. It's okay. We can only help each other if we know what they are.
This is the story then, the story I didn't give at the Mass Melody, or I gave an abbreviated version of. I was a young by elven standards, a young paladin in service of Corellin's crown. If you're from Darkon, you might have heard of us. I dreamed of being a paladin from the time I was old enough to swing a wooden practice sword, and when I was grown, Annika, you met her, Annika took me under her wing. There were 6 of us in our unit. Annika, Leithion, Riga, Yente, Sereno, and me. We specialized in hunting and tracking undead, especially vampires. And we were the best. We were the best of the best. Riga and I were the youngest and most reckless. But Leithion and Yente had centuries of experience between them. Sereno could charm the spirits of nature themselves, and Annika. Annika was the jewel in Corellin's crown. Wraiths and revenants cowered before her, and she crumbled skeletons to dust when she glanced their way. We earned a reputation, and fools that we were, we thought it was a good thing. Riga and I joked that we would travel to Barovia and take on Strahd someday. But our reputation wasn't just among the elves of Corellin's crown. The undead and creatures of the dark spoke our names with fear, with loathing. One foggy night, we were ambushed by the same vampires we were hunting. An entire coven, stronger than we'd thought. They killed all of us. Strong Yente, clever Sereno, wise Leithion, brave Riga, and brilliant Annika, who healed us with her last breath. They killed me too, till I woke up with blood under my nails and dirt in my mouth and clawed my way out and saw what I had become. They had made me into the very thing I loathed, a twisted mockery of life. So I hunted them, one by one, just me and my sword and the powers they had given me. Picked them off and burned their corpses. And then I I broke a staff in half. And Pandora pulls open her shirt, revealing a large scar over her heart. I thought that was the end. The dark powers had other plans, so I woke up again. Not in the ground this time, just alone. Not alive, not a vampire, just this. I wandered for a long time before I found Annika. I'm not sure why the powers chose us. I'm not sure why we're here and the others aren't. But I do know that I'm here for a reason. And that reason is to kill every damn vampire in the land of mists.
Well, I mean, that explains why your hands were so cold, so I'm not, totally surprised. But you've been given another chance. Not everyone gets another chance, especially here where we live. You can do, you have your memories, you have motivations, you have a purpose. I mean, I know that what you went through was hard and traumatic, but I don't know, it seems like the multiverse has other plans for you.
Thank you, Constantina.
They're saying you're muted.
Sorry
It was
about
very
that.
lovely,
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Let me bring that back up then.
It was good.
The night passes swiftly and you fall to sleep in this sort of huddle of new friends, clasped in each other's arms. Constantina, you sleep deeply. You sleep calmly. Vargas, you don't notice when the dead woman crawls into bed with you tonight. It doesn't bother you. Pandora, your trance passes very quickly. You get all 10 hours. Vasily, you do dream, don't you? And when you dream, it's like a light show behind your eyelids. It's an assault of these different brightly colored lights. And there are shadows on the walls of creatures that are tugging and toying with your own memories. Who are they?
They're a lot. They're creatures I'm very familiar with.
They are.
Unfortunately.
And they call to you and they say, Mother, Mother, I know you can hear me. I'm coming for you. Mother, you and your perfect, pretty pet. You can't hide her from me. What do you say?
I feel like at this moment, her eyes probably open, and she just says, "Well, shit."
And when your eyes open, you can see the shadow of this great spindly-legged creature leaning over you, and its mouth impossibly open as it drools from these crooked fangs. And it says, "You can't hide her, Mother. You can't hide her. I will find her, and I will break her into pieces. I will find you. And the sun comes up beyond the masked melody, and Mercy and Pandora are gone. And it's just the three of you sleeping on that pallet. And that's where we'll enter for tonight. So.
What the hell was that?
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm laughing because I'm scared.
Me too.
Apologies again to our chat. We ran over. I promised Kayla that I would put something in for Vasily this time. I promised, so I threw it in at the end.
Now none of you will sleep, so sorry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Worth it.
Yeah. I only prepped like 3 or 4 sentences for this session, and by golly, I was gonna use them.
I would say them.
Okay, so do we have our raffle winners? Does anyone know the raffle winners? Does anyone happen to?
I missed the names of them, but congratulations!
That's okay. Yeah, congratulations.
Someone a super package and Ruins of Sorry. I'll get that to you.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, Lauren or Obo will get all of that info to me in an email, and it'll be awesome. So we'll go back around for the final time. Until next time, Ms. Jess.
I'm Jess, and I played the wonderfully human Nikolai.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Jess.
Oh, my Nikolai.
It 100% worked out because I did not have an exit strategy for Nikolai. I was like, I don't know. I guess he'll just go with you. I don't know. I'll just walk
I guess
off.
Nikolai will be here forever. Surprise! He stormed off because someone murdered his friend.
Pet Nikolai.
The whole city was attacking us.
Super worked out.
You can find me online at RightJessR. I also play D&D with the D20 Dames, which is a great podcast you can check out, and other stuff that's in the chat there that you can find.
Okay. For the last time, until next time, Miss Hannah.
I'm Hannah. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wild Rose Mage. And I have some writing on DM skills, some other things in the works. And I also play a human barbarian and co-produce Worlds Apart, another D&D show on YouTube that we're also turning into a podcast. So please go check that out if you want to see me playing a strong warrior mom.
Okay. Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Warren, and you can find all of my projects at ashleywarrenwrites.com. A couple weeks ago, I talked about an anthology that I'm working on called Uncaged, which is a 4-volume anthology all about myth and folklore retellings. And everyone you see on screen right now is involved in the project in some way. But we are doing a cover reveal for our first volume this week. So if you go to my website, you can sign up, ashleywarrenwrites.com/uncaged, and you'll get some cool exclusive goodies. So, yeah.
All right. Ms. Hadil.
Hey, it's me, Hadil. You can find me online at TwittySuch. I don't really do social media these days because it's stressful, so... But I do Brimful Adventures of Kayla, and I play this game, and then... That's it. That's all I do now. I don't do anything else.
That's how I like it. I'm very protective of my circle. You can't have any friends except me.
That's fine. I don't want any more friends. Don't find me. You can't be my friend. Nobody can be my friend.
So exclusive.
Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla. You can find me on the internet, KAYNCLI. This is the only game that I'm playing in. And other than that, I do a lot of art. TK and I recently released a comic called Sawin. It's about Holly Conrad's character Strix. You can find that for purchase in my pinned tweet. And Hadil and I do Bramblefoot Adventures, and I do a line of clothing with Holly called Trash Witch Coven, which will have a new release soon, which she teased today. It's real cute and real private. So you should check it out. It's on Twitter.
The new stuff coming out looks so good.
It's
I can't wait.
Cute. Ms. Lisa.
I'm Lisa, and you can find me at Merciful DM on Twitter. I am the community manager for the Adventurers League, as well as the Dungeon Masters Guild, and I write D&D things. So if you like D&D, definitely give me a follow. You can also check out my stuff at lisachen.com. That is Lisa spelled with a Y. If you liked the show, you can follow us on Twitter at MistTalesDND. We're posting all the time. Kayla's been creating some really cool GIF animations. We've got some spooky photos there. Our pinned tweet right now is a link to our Discord channel. Come join us for super serious conversations that aren't serious. They're ridiculous. Most of them are people talking about Chad from last episode. There's some cool art. Our playlist is linked in there. Lots of cool stuff. So at Miss Tales D&D, pin tweet for the Discord.
All right. And I've been your DM. I am TK. It's me. It's TK. And I write those spooky stories on the internet. And if you like those spooky stories, then you can read them at tkjwrites.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter, TKJoinsTheFray. I'm in a couple of games. So I have a schedule in my pinned tweet thread. This month I am doing a lot of, if you follow me this month, I'm just going to tell you, I am doing a spotlight every day for Black creators and streamers in tabletop RPG community. So you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of 28 Days of Black cosplay, and you better like it, because if you don't, I don't want to hear about it. And that's it. Buy my book, and we will see you in the mists.
Everyone.
I like how I did that, but then I was like, oh, I guess I'll just do a fade out. Oh, wait, that's me. I have to do that. Okay. Everybody wave.
Bye.